This is Brian from Courier College Prep, helping to break down your PSAT score report, talking about what these numbers mean, what they don't mean, and how to best use the report to help kickstart your preparation for the actual SAT. When those scores are in, you get that access code through an email, and you can see this entire report, your scores online through your College Board account. And if you don't have a College Board account, ask your guidance counselor, and he or she should be able to access this for you. And not long after they're available online, you should get your paper score report and test booklet back. There are four major parts to the PSAT NMSQT score report: your scores, your skills, your answers, and next steps. What really matters is that total score, which is out of 1520, and the section scores, your evidence-based reading and writing out of 760, your math out of 760. All right. So the actual SAT is out of 1600, PSAT is out of 1520. For what it's worth, the average on the PSAT, national average, is about a 920, which doesn't really mean that much because it's your score and where you want to take that score that matters most. You'll see some cross test scores, some sub scores, college readiness benchmarks. But again, there's, don't worry too much about these. It's that main score that matters. Now, for juniors, you have this eligibility for the National Merit Scholarship program. And every student who takes it gets this index score. If it has an asterisk next to it, it just, you're not eligible for national merit, just probably means because you're a sophomore. They get that number by taking the sum of your reading, math, writing skill scores and doubling it. Okay. And to give you an understanding of what the cutoffs are for national merit, out of the 1.5 million juniors who are eligible, the top 3 to 4% of scores are named commended scholars, and the top 1% are national merit semifinalists. And if you're familiar with the program at school, usually seniors get notified early in the fall of their senior year. Here in New York State, the selection index hovers between 219 and 221. And just for some context, to hit that mark, students likely have to break 1480. And depending on the curve, that might mean missing fewer than 4 questions. There's this test score skill insight page where they talk about what you've done well with on the test and what might need improvement. But the action is here. All right. This is the most important page. And then with the link that they provide there, where you can access this entire test online, question for question. Each question has a hyperlink, and you can open it up and see what you missed and why. So on this page, one of the first things I do if I'm working with a student, and this is our launch point, is we take this page and we look for clusters and patterns. Why did you miss all these at the end? Was it a timing issue? Was it because it was really high level math and you know only just started algebra 2? Retaking the test, right? The questions that you missed and analyzing the mistakes is the first step to improving your scores. And oftentimes you can, take notes on why you missed a question. Was it timing? Did you not understand why they asked the question, and recalculate the score? If you retake the test and you get 5 more correct now than you did in October, sort of, you know, readjust your baseline, so to speak. Just gives you a really, really good idea of the bridge you have to build. Absolutely connect your College Board account to Khan Academy. If you don't have a Khan Academy account already, set one up. You'll see the prompt to link your College Board account to Khan Academy, and then they're going to build you individualized practice. And Khan's a great resource for individual subjects, for APs, but it's a tremendous resource for the SAT. And what's your score? Like, what it should mean to you now, it doesn't go anywhere. Colleges aren't going to see it. It just gives you a baseline of where you're at in mid-October of your junior year. And then, ask yourself, where do I want to take this? What are the schools on your list that, you might have right now? Look at the average ranges, the middle 50% SAT for admitted students at those schools, and use that to maybe calculate your baseline benchmark. Gives you something to shoot for. And then the amount of time and effort you put in depends on how close you are to that range now. Start to think about a test date. All right. There's some early bird testers, juniors that, maybe in pre-calc, they've had all the math. Maybe they test earlier in the year, but most juniors test in the spring. Both March and May are transparent tests. So that means you can order the question and answer service, of course, for an extra fee, and get the test back in the same way that online and same way you get the PSAT and are able to review it and see what you got wrong. So that's a very, very valuable tool. Put in the effort. Most students spend 2 to 3 months preparing for an SAT, but it's really about working smarter, not harder. Just putting in those micro, bursts of productivity, right? 15, 20, 25 minutes a day, every other day, just building your skills, working on your weak spots, learning the strategies, work with official practice material, and take advantage of online resources, especially YouTube, where the walkthroughs of old tests, tests from the study guide, even this very PSAT, you're going to access channels where they're walking through, talking through each question. Tremendous resource. As you prepare and you have your target date, every few weeks you should be taking a full length practice test. Build the endurance, build the confidence, study your mistakes, turn weaknesses into strength. That's how you reach your standardized best. In a test optional world, strong scores set an application apart. Do the work. Preparation is separation. Your scores on standardized tests will expand your college and potentially scholarship opportunities. Trust the process. Do it. Until next time, be good at it.